Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Matt and I like video games, and in today's video I will be talking about console wars, specifically Xbox versus PlayStation. So stay tuned. So the other day I wake up and as usual the first thing I do is check Twitter. Speaking of which, you can always follow me on Twitter at X9Whiplash4X, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I'm on Twitter and I see what I see every day on Twitter at some point during the day. It's a console war. It's a console war that's being retweeted onto my timeline. Two people fighting back and forth, one for PlayStation, the other for Xbox, and I just can't help but think how pointless this is. And it's not like I can say I'm completely innocent in the console wars. I mean, when I was 12, 13, 14, during the Xbox 360 era, I liked Xbox, and if you disagreed with me, or you thought PlayStation was better, then I was just a douchebag online about it. But I mean, now, at 25 years old, I can't bring myself to care about this stuff. You know, it's like at a certain point, you just gotta stop. And when I say stop, I don't mean stop rooting for your preferred console. I mean, I'm an Xbox guy, and I'm always gonna be an Xbox guy. But that's never gonna stop me from enjoying or rooting for PlayStation also. And the reason I'll always root for PlayStation is simple. It's because when PlayStation succeeds, it pushes Xbox to do better. And vice versa, when Xbox succeeds, it pushes PlayStation to do better. And I want to play the best games possible. I don't know about you guys, but that's just for me. I mean, look at this generation, for example. PlayStation's owned this generation. And it's because PlayStation owned this generation that Xbox is actually getting their act together and they're doing what gamers want them to do. And what is it that gamers want these companies to do? They want these companies to put out games. They want them to put out good quality games at a steady pace. And when PlayStation is putting out games like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, you got Last of Us Part 2 coming soon, and then you got Ghost of Tsushima coming soon. And it's these kind of games that have put PlayStation in a position of power during this generation. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, I think this is a great thing for Xbox. I mean, it's no secret that the Xbox One reveal was a complete tire fire. But as of late, they've started to really turn it around with their studio acquisitions and their content. I mean, Gears 5 was amazing. It was one of the top games I played this generation, and it's exactly what Xbox needs to take that next step to building bigger and better games on a much grander scale. And with Ori and the Will of the Wisps on the way, actually right around the corner as I'm recording this, it's just a few days away. And with Halo Infinite on the way later this year as well on Xbox Series X and Xbox One, I think it's going to be a very good year for Xbox fans. And that's not even mentioning all the great things that the Xbox game studios are working on right now. I mean, we already know that Ninja Theory has 2 games in development right now for Xbox Series X, Hellblade 2 and Project Mara, and both of these games look pretty damn cool. Not to mention, the Initiative is rumored to be showing their brand new quadruple A game sometime this year. I would assume at E3, but possibly XO20. And as someone who is primarily an Xbox fan, I can't lie, I'm really excited for all the stuff that's happening. And my point is really that none of this stuff would be happening for Xbox right now if it weren't for PlayStation crushing it the way they have this generation. And with games like The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima on the horizon for PlayStation 4, and with the inevitable sequels for games like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Spider-Man looming for next gen, I really think that this will be something like a domino effect that we'll continue to see heading into next gen, where PlayStation ups the ante and Microsoft answers back, and it just goes back and forth, and ultimately this will lead to better games for us gamers. And this is something that whether or not you play on PlayStation or Xbox, this is something you can be excited about because ultimately it benefits you. And I think that that's something that's definitely worth noting, because people like to get caught up online in these console wars, and they're not taking into account that whenever the other console succeeds, it makes their favorite console get better also. Now, I'm not saying if you're a PlayStation fan, you should be kissing Xbox's butt, or vice versa. If you're an Xbox fan, you should be kissing PlayStation's butt, because that's just not how it works. But at the end of the day, everyone has their own preference. And whether your preference be PlayStation or Xbox, we're all just gamers at the end of the day. And I think that's important to remember, especially when you see all this hate online between quote-unquote fanboys. I mean, if you want to joke online, there's nothing wrong with that, going back and forth with somebody with a couple of jokes about PlayStation or about Xbox. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about legitimate hate. You know, I just don't think it's necessary. At the end of the day, we're all enjoying the same hobby, the same passion, and we're all loving it. And I think that that's a really awesome thing, and I think that it's only going to get better next generation. So, what's your opinion on all this? Do you prefer PlayStation or do you prefer Xbox? And why do you prefer them? I know for me personally, it comes down to a few things. One is the ecosystem. I've built a pretty big library of games on Xbox, and I don't want to give that up. And also, the games. I'm invested in games like Gears of War and Halo because I grew up on them. But anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions and your preferences on the matter. Just leave a comment in the comment section. Like the video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you would be so kind. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.